I like the story of the woman in the airport who bought a pack of cookies and took a seat in a chair at the gate while waiting for her flight to board. She put some of her things on an open seat between her and a man she did not know, and then she placed her computer case on the floor, and then she decided it was time to have a cookie. But when she turned back to the empty seat between her and the stranger, she saw him removing a small cookie from the bag on the seat between them. And she was confused and irritated that he would help himself to her cookies. But she decided that she should let it go and not make a scene. It's just one cookie. So she took a cookie and she ate it. And then she saw the man reach for another cookie. And this went on for several minutes. And she found herself in a hurry to eat as many of her cookies as she could. And then there was one cookie left. And as she was trying to decide if it had been long enough for her to reach down and take the cookie, the man reached and grabbed the last cookie. And the woman was shocked. She was stunned. But she couldn't stop herself from saying thank you when he broke it and offered her half. And she thought, why am I thanking him for my cookies? She could barely muster a smile as she took it and ate it. A few minutes later, they were called to board their flight. Once the woman took her seat on board, she reached into her computer bag, heard something crinkle, and pulled out her bag of cookies. You're replaying it all now, aren't you? Which meant that she had just competed with a stranger to eat as many of his cookies as possible. Friend, you are that woman. I am that woman, which sounds weird and way too culturally relevant right now. We are that woman because we think my talent, my opportunity, my job, my work, my paycheck, my savings, my money, and we are just as mistaken as she was. We are operating under a false assumption. And if you insist on operating under that false assumption, then you probably resent what I'm saying today. And you probably are talking to yourself and asking yourself questions, and my guess is you'll hear exactly what you want to hear from yourself. But if you and I will have that rush of realization that the cookies within our reach are not ours, that they are God's cookies, your life would change in such cool ways. A lot of the pressure that you're putting on yourself would be gone, and you could trust your Father in heaven to give you cookies as needed. And if we all do that, our church, which is already doing well, we can all tell that it's doing well. Our church would thrive in even more ways than we could imagine, and we could help more church plants, more missionaries thrive in the same way. So I challenge you to become a regular giver. Why? Because you know whose cookies they are.